Hello, collective. Happy Friday. Yay. That's not my own. I got that from my friend, Cole. Friday. Anyway, I hope all of you are doing well. My timing, my schedule got kind of wonky today. So I'm doing laundry before I go get my nails done. And it's, you know, I had to pay rent. This paycheck, I got paid today, but I had to pay rent. And that takes up literally my whole check. So we're just going to be having a chill birthday this year, I guess, which is okay. All right, we're getting our nails done. And I prepaid for something a couple weeks ago that I'm doing this weekend. So, you know, that's enough. That's enough, right? So anyway, let's pull some cards, get some messages of clarity. Because I was in a rush to hurry up and do my laundry before my nail appointment, I only had 2 decks in my purse, so we're going to make do with what we got. Thank you to my high vibrating ancestors, spirit guides, divine to being, source of light energy. What are the messages the collective needs to hear today? Alrighty. Emotional release. Letting go creates space for new beginnings. Well, we know that. We already know this, right? We've been, preach it to the choir. Catharsis, purification. So we're releasing things because the things that you're holding on to, it's a form of self-sabotage. Procrastination, negative self-talk, and fear of failure undermine your success. Procrastination, negative self-talk, and fear of failure undermine your success. Overcoming and resilience. So, and this is the self-sabotage card. Oftentimes, when we, and some people may not even think of it this way or process it this way, but when we hold on to people, places, situations, when we keep ruminating over the past, even ruminating over the past, so it doesn't have to be a person, it could be like a certain situation in your life or certain things that were going on. When we ruminate about those things, or we keep certain people in our lives or continue to be in certain situations that no longer serve us, it is a form of self-sabotage. How is it a form of self-sabotage? I said this in a reading, I don't know, a week or 2 ago. When we don't make space for what's meant for us, if our energy is clouded with people who don't support us, people who really don't truly see us for the divine beings that we are, they may be your friend for a long time or in your family, right? However, they're still seeing you from a lens that is no longer yours, right? It's not their projections, their old versions of you. And so oftentimes this is why removing people out of our lives becomes challenging, because we may have a long history with people, whether it's friends, family, or whatever. However, because these individuals will never see us in our current state or who we've become, for whatever their reasons are, it keeps us sick and stuck. It keeps us in these old paradigms, right? Because whether you do it consciously or not consciously, you're then trying to prove who you are to people, in a sense, if this part of it resonates for you. And it could be anything. It could be any part of your life. But I know for me, most people in my life, including my family, they only saw me from this lens of their own projections, right? So no one could ever really see me for the divine being that I am, for the psychic, intuitive, gifted person that I am. And a lot of people on this path will talk about that people will still see you from that. So by keeping those people in your energy, it's like you're still trying to get people to see things not get people to see things your way, but to see you see you for who you really are. Thank you. I get really, when I channel it just, and those people weigh us down. Same as when we ruminate over past situations, you know, when you replay certain things over and over in your mind, what you could have done differently, what you should have done differently, or whatever it is, or old patterns or beliefs you used to have, you keep ruminating over that. That again is taking up the energy and taking up space around you, when it doesn't leave room for what's meant for you to come in. It's not just letting go of people because they're shit, or letting go of situations because they no longer serve you. It's deeper than that. It's bigger than that. It's sabotaging yourself because you're not making room for what's meant for you. And I've said this before, and this is just one of many examples. If you have been trying to manifest different types of abundances in your life, let's say financial, let's say you have First of all, you've worked through your financial scarcity mindset, because that's a huge a blockage in a lot of people's lives too. They have a financial scarcity mindset, always chasing the fucking dollar, not doing anything because they enjoy it, always having to get paid for stuff, right? That's a financial scarcity mindset, always fearing money, always fearing about bills. And I get it because I've been there, so that's a whole nother video. But going through that, you've worked through the financial scarcity mindsets, right? If you still have certain patterns where you frivolously spend your money, it's not to say you don't enjoy your money, but you're careless with your money. Spirit, your ancestors, the universe, whatever it is that you believe in, God is not going to bless you with more abundances or more money if you can't handle what you have in front of you. Excuse me. Oh, that's a cute costume. She has a little cat tail on. Cat. Thanks to Cam for my Yeti cup. My co-worker for my birthday. Anyway, so if you are trying to manifest more authentic, honest connections in your life, right? And yet you still have yahoos in your energy that drain your energy, that don't see you for who you are, who always challenge your path or always kind of blow you off, don't support you. They always say strangers will give you way more support than the people you've known the longest sometimes, or people that have been in your life, right? It's true. I've gotten way more support from people, obviously, on all my different social media accounts, right? People like you. And that's how it works. But if you're trying to manifest different things in your life, ask yourself, do I have space in my life? And do I have the energy? Do I have the space in my life to allow those things I'm trying to manifest to come in? If the answer is no, that's a form of self-sabotaging. So what are the people, places, things, old beliefs, old patterns that inadvertently, by you keeping them around, is sabotaging yourself, sabotaging your growth, sabotaging your well-being? Something to ask yourself. What do the animal spirits have to say about this? So the bottom of the deck, it says shadow dance. When you move shadows, you discover your rhythm. Fluidity, moving, open. Right. When you move the shadows, when you move the energies that aren't meant for you, when you remove people, places, things, old beliefs, racing mindsets, whatever like that, when you remove those things, you create the energy you need and the space you need and make room for the things that are meant for you. Sorry, I was getting caught up in my words there for a second. I hope that made sense. If not, you know what I mean. You know what I meant. That's what I love about my collective. I can skip a couple words or missay words. And that's how you know someone's healed. They don't sit there and make fun of you. They're like, oh, I know what they meant. Well, of course. 3 cards. 4. Do we have 3? Okay. So, snake transformation. Right. You're upon this transformation. You're transforming. You're shedding your old skin. You're releasing what no longer serves you. You will be shedding old skin and emotions and transforming them into something bigger and better. That's transmuting and alchemizing. Changes in the wind, and if you are at the center of it, and you are at the center of it all as a catalyst. To smoothen the process, make sure that your intentions are clear and that you move forward with hope. Right. Are your intentions clear to remove these people, remove these situations? Are your intentions clear with yourself? And so we have also the dragonfly, adaptability. So this is talking about you being adaptable to different situations when you have to remove people, when you stand 10 toes down on it. It's reminding you to be a bit more bring more lightness and joy into your life in order to bring the changes that are needed to reach your full potential. Right? It's like, be lighthearted about it. It doesn't have to be so, I know the reading seems serious. And we're almost out of time. And the last one, my favorite, observation. Watch how people move around you. When you start setting boundaries, when you start not putting up with certain things anymore, watch how people move in your life. Watch how they treat you. You're being encouraged to look beyond deceiving appearances into the true reality of a situation or a person's motives. You need to hear what is really being said despite the words and emotions coming from the messenger. Right? Trust in your intuition. Trust everything. But this is more about you not sabotaging yourself by continuing to allow certain people, places, or situations into your energy, because you are meant for greatness. And greatness is coming. There's a transformation coming. We just have to make room for it, right? Making room for what's meant for us. Hope you're healthy and happy, full of joy.